Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, The Ninja King, and today we're doing one of the newer what ifs that I promised I'll do. Anyways, let's not waste time and get on with this. Hope you guys so what if, and let's see what happens. Archer, a man who's very complicated to say the least. To say like was against him from the day he was born, or more like when he was 5, having to lose his whole family in a fire, having to lose his father when he was his 10, and then have to participate in a war. Not just that, learning about the Maze's world. Archer, or also known as Zero Emiya's life, was kind of a hectic situation to say the least. Not only that, in his words, he made a deal with the devil which he can never take back. But this is still a story about him. And his life may be just getting a little bit better once I intervene. Nice to meet you all. I am the overseer of this universe. You may have been seeing us a lot more, but who knows? The man would then say, before as he disappears into a blinding smoke. Let us continue. As Arthur was sitting, waiting for the next order of Alaya, the will of humanity. Alaya was the collective consciousness of humanity itself. It had every thought and everything on it. But you would think this consciousness would be a monster. Well, it's more like its consciousness wants the humanity to survive. So it has these people, counter guardians, that it can use. This is why Archer is here. Archer would be sitting as he sees the sky. The sky was always a misty yellow or something. Archer could never tell, with gears surrounding it. Around him would be hundreds of swords. Archer had a reason for why he kept his swords. As he was in it, he felt something, a twinge. Something's splitting from his body. Before he saw, the cogs and everything else started to disappear. But Archer also seeing that his body was fading. What was happening? That was the first thing he thought to himself, as his entire mindscape went black, for nothing more, nothing less. Archer was then summoned in a place. Where the hell am I? Archer would say to himself, before he sees there, a liar floating. A liar? What are you doing here? I don't understand it myself, Archer. But you're free. Well, it's more like, let's just say someone wanted to free you. Archer couldn't believe what he was hearing. Not only this, but it was from the collective consciousness of humanity. Why wouldn't they want him free? Wait. Explain to me. What? It's hard to explain, but from today onwards, your contract with me is terminated. You can leave, and do whatever you want. Archer was flabbergasted at hearing this. He almost wanted to laugh out loud. The fact that Elias sent him free, it was something. Heck, if he could have had it, this would have been Gaia must have been better. But he wondered why. As Elias disappeared, a smoke-covered mist surrounded him before a voice rang in his mind. Hello there. I am the overseer of this world. Nice to meet you. Now I would normally introduce myself to you, but life has been a little bit hectic. Just know that I had some pity on you and now have decided to free you. But you don't need to know my name or anything. Just know that you're being reborn. Archie would be confused. Wait, explain! Before his soul was being sent. Huh. I wonder if he likes it in this universe now. Then again, I had to pull some strings to get him there. I hope Elias doesn't, kill me for it. The man, remembering his overseer companion, would just sigh, remembering that in his eyes, he's a pain in the ass. Overseers are overseers after all. We all govern our universes in a slightly different way from everyone else. But I gotta say, I have to be one of the more interesting ones. The man would then say, as he chuckles to himself. Almost in an instant, Archer's soul would be sent, him going through worlds after world, seeing multiple different versions of himself, even his altered versions as well, as his body would be feeling like numb. So, his soul would be sent there. A small little place, amongst multiple hundreds of souls, would be guiding a light. As he would finally see something, would be the Shinto gods, as one of them grabs his soul before blowing on it, allowing his soul to pass down. Japan, huh? I never thought I would see it again. Mm, time to guess. Time to get reincarnated, as his body would be reborn into a small boy. Years passed, and Arthur was renamed into Sierra, and he thought to himself that this time things would be different. He didn't know much about this world, but whatever it was, he wondered if mazes existed. If so, were they hiding in the shadows just like they were in his original timeline? One of the things that was interesting to Archer was that he still had his powers. He found this out when he was 5 years old, with one of his friends, Arena, was playing along, and he literally summoned two small swords. Sure, they were toy plastic swords, but both him and her were shocked. Later on, Irina told her parents, but this is chalked up to her having an over imagination. This only meant one thing for Archer, and that was that he still had his own magecraft. It means reinforcement and projection were back to him. He just kept forming weapons after that day, realizing and that his powers are backed. He wondered if his servants were backed and powers were backed until he literally got a stat sheet. Ah, great. Archer would then say in a childish voice, realizing that he was back to a low level servant. It literally said, complete missions to upgrade your stats. He would then look, Noble Phantasm, Unlimited Blade Works. Well, at least that's still there. Archer would then say, sighing to himself before he thinks to himself that he's gonna need a lot more things. First of all, his body. He would look at a teen's body of issei, or as his own words, his new body. Archer is now a little bit much more different than as he was in the canonical universe, at least. Well, at least that's what I thought he was. Mm. Oh, God. I need to train. He wondered what Archer can do, so he asked his parents to enroll him in a martial arts school. One of the things he never learned in his younger years was martial arts, and he wanted to do it again. And so he did. Immediately coming into the first day of school, Archer would like to train against him. He started training with his countless amount of lives and the amount of timelines he has been into. Archer has become a master in multiple combats. Well, more like an expert, but never a master in it. So when it came to the martial art, this has enabled him a prodigy. Issa was then taken out of school in a very early age and was competing in martial arts tournament left and right. For some reason, all of his memories of every previous lives were all in his head. Why was that? He didn't know why, but only if he knew that was because this overseer of his. Meanwhile, Alaya was looking for a new candidate, taking the original soul of Yusei Haido into her care and putting him much back. Meanwhile, the original Issei from the DXD timeline. Yes, I know. Okay, explanation. Archer is Issei in one of the timelines, but he's not Issei in all of the timelines. So yeah, Issei, who had recently died in the DXD timeline, was greeted by Alaya. After explaining it to it, Issei realized that he was basically in servitude for the rest of his life. But he didn't care. After all, he was a devil for all of his life and he has completed everything. Only if he knew what was going to happen. Uh, to say that the overseer, well, he didn't give a crap. Gaia and Alaya was something that was strangled to every universe. But depending on the overseer, they were either way too powerful for their own good to the point where they can rival the overseer of that universe, or weak. It mostly depended on how much the overseer allowed them to do. In the case of every fate universe, these overseers didn't give a crap and allowed them to do whatever they needed to do. Because in their eyes, they already have guardians. Why the fuck would they get involved into things like that? Meanwhile, in other universes where Gaia and Alaya did exist, especially in the cross universes, well explained, the overseers tried their best to suppress them as much as possible, to make sure that they don't, interfere with the main characters, as they like to put it. Anyways, that's enough rambling. Archer would basically be involved in, and everyone would basically seeing it. His talents would spark a whole new generation of people to get, invested. Until one day, Archer, who had come back to his home after winning another trophy and making his parents once again more richer, would lay down on his bed. Zero would then sigh, think to himself that this life was hectic. Still, everything was a lot more fun than he thought. Immediately forming a small necklace, a formal looking necklace with a red gem in it. A red gem symbolized like a heart. Something he remembered. I wonder what Tosaka is doing. Archie would remember his master, an unknown lover from a different timeline, and his wife in Chaldea as Ishtar. We also wonder what Saber and Rin are also doing, but he keeps that to the side. As he then grabs the necklace with his fist as it starts to disappear, something he has learned to do over the course of time. Because in his words, things are always powerful once they are not used. Archer always liked to use his broken over phantasms. He usually sought them out and then they explode because he charged them with enough mana to make them explode. It's he always liked to do, was always a shocker to everyone in that case. Plus, then there were his noble phantasms. He actually wondered if he could use but most of the weapons that Gilgamesh summons, yes, he can, except for one. Yeah, the Gilgamesh's main weapon. The weapon, the splitter of heavens itself. He was lucky that he never used that weapon in full power. He remembered in the moon cell timelines what he did. That Sid can manipulate multiverses, even universes at liked. Sure, now knowing by some of the knowledge of the Overseer, Gilgamesh wasn't the most powerful being out there. Heck, people like God and Lucifer's of many timelines can take him down. But not all. Heck, he really didn't want to meet the Marvel version of Lucifer. He had a meeting him once, by accident, because some sort of world scenario happened, and he was sit as scary. Even Gilgamesh respected him. You know, when Gilgamesh respects someone, you must respect them back. Arthur was inside, leaning himself into the bed, trying to fall asleep before he sees something. Huh. Core Academy, huh? Archie would then get up, going to his laptop before setting up Core Academy. I think that's an all-girls school which has recently turned into an all-boys school. You know what? Why not? I think I'm missing school. Archie would then go down. Hey, Mom, Dad, what is it? What is it, he say? Mr. Hayudo would then say, I want to go back to high school. Really? Mrs. Hayudo would then say, confused. Yeah, kind of, been missing school and everything. Really? Alright then. Yes, you didn't have a proper education anyways. I was homeschooled most of my life. What do you expect? Archer would then say, hey, don't get quippy or hey, don't raise your voice at your father. Archer hated the fact that parents were always irritating no matter what timeline he was at. Heck, he missed Miss Arisbiel. It's basically his mother, thanks to Kurotsuka adopting him. But technically speaking, they were also his family. So he liked them a bit more than anyone else would like to admit it. His pride wouldn't allow him to admit the fact that he liked his family, but he still did. After all, he's their son. Arthur would then say, as their parents get ready to enroll him into Core Academy, seeing it as no problem because even they didn't know that it was an all-girls school before. As they slowly but surely started to get the paperwork done for him, he was just in his room minding his business, deciding to go out for a bit. As he got out on a jog from a midnight jog until he heard sound to him. Archer's keen hearing and sense were there, so Archer turned his head to see something. A small white-haired girl that seems to be wearing some sort of cute cat girl uniform for some weird reason. It was more like she was forced to dress. She was ready to fight three mans in a hood. Archer didn't know what to do, except for, ready to attack them. Archer immediately went there trying to protect the girl, as one of the men constantly called her a devil, which irked Archer for some reason. Immediately, one of them tried to grab her, but the girl punched him in the gut. Ah, god damn it! That man would get up before forming a light spear. Archer's eyes would widen, immediately summoning his two swords, Kinso and Bakia, before slicing the man's hand off. Ah! The man would then scream before Archer kicks him away. Are you okay? The girl would then look at him confused. I said, are you okay? I'm fine. So we didn't say getting back up. He said get back. Me? I think you're the one who said get back. Bold if you have a secret gear. Archer wouldn't think secret gear. What the hell is that? Immediately the cat-like girl would then immediately grab on the other one's face before punching him away. Archer would then just sort to slice down the last person. But as he did, the one he originally sliced up would then summon the light spear, would now flying with wings. Archer would then say, okay, what the hell? Immediately dodging the attack, Archer would then summon his bow and arrow before immediately stabbing the man in the head with his arrow. Yeah, not dealing with that. The girl would look at the quite unique circus that she got herself into. Not only that, but this man just basically took him out. Hey, who are you? You look familiar. Oh, my name? Issei Ayudo. What's your name? Konako. Nice to meet you too, Konako. Issei/Archer would then say, before walking away. The fact that she didn't flinch or anything means there's more. So why don't you get out of here? He says last Archer wouldn't say. Archer would realize that if this girl wasn't at all afraid, she's probably amazed just like him. Or whatever the hell this world's version of amazed was. Because he didn't look off-put or opted when these guys pulled out their wings. And he was definitely confused about it when that came to be. Because heck, the last thing he expected was some people with wings coming after him. Also went back to his house once again, going to sleep, waiting for the next day when Core Academy comes. As Core Academy, Archie would just wear a male version as he goes to the school, waving hi to everyone until he reaches the student council room. Sitting there, he would then see a kind of looking girl that has glasses with black hair. What's your name? Archer would then say to the girl, my name is Sona Sateri, and I guess you're the new second year? Yeah, that's correct, Archer would then say, kind of confused. Well, I have one question for you to ask. Sure, go ahead. Are you a pervert? Immediately, Archer's brain would crash at that moment. Wires and sparks would kind of, go everywhere with him very confused. Pardon me, the fuck? Archer would then say, I'm sorry, but recently we have been getting intakes of multiple people that came to the school either to form their own harems or, get a girlfriend because they believe that they have more of a better chance on getting one here than they have in any other school. Archer's mind would now be even more confused. Okay, and you believe that I'm here for the same reason? Sorry, we just kind of listen up. I'm not here for any of that crap. The only thing I want is just to keep my study life. Okay, he wouldn't get up. Plus, I'm not here for anything of that anyway, so you don't need to worry about that in the first place. I understand. Stoner would then say, as Archer walks away, not believing the situation he got himself into. Well, in all things considered, things cannot get any worse. Archer then thought to himself, oh, what am I thinking about? With my E rank luck, everything's gonna happen. Archer wouldn't see his stats. Shocked. In the last few years, his stats were going on a snail pace. Mostly because he was fighting humans. The fact that he fought a fallen made his stats go higher. Well, that's interesting to think about. Archer wouldn't think, well, whatever. Plus, for some reason, my magic senses have been keep on going up and up. I wonder why. He would immediately say that. As Archer walks away, meanwhile at Sonus, two people would come out. This being her secretary and the only male in the club. Do you think? Yes, he seems to have potential. And a pretty power if I can see under him. Sona would then say, really? Her secretary would then say, you can see that, Subaki. Subaki nods her head. You can feel something inside of him as well. Something very draconic. But has he unlocked it? I don't know. Sona would then say. Meanwhile, Archer has also noticed this, but he decides to keep it quiet for as long as possible. After all, he feels like it is starting to be awake, almost like it is ready to stretch its legs and wings and fly up into the sky. But Archer truly didn't care much about it, as he only was focusing on his studies for now. But Archer knew it as much as anybody else did, that one day he needs to answer these as well. These cannot just be feelings that he's feeling, right? There's been more of a particular reason. Or at least that's what Archer thought. Archer then decides not to dwell on it anymore and goes to his class. After arriving there, he was greeted, most of the boys giving him glares while the other girls would notice him, until Archer says his full name. My name is, well, Issei Hayodo. Nice to meet you. Hearing that, some of the boys and girls would be shocked. Wait, you mean that Hayodo? Some of the girls would then say, yeah, I'm him. Oh, holy crap! You're the martial arts champion. I can't believe you entered the school. One of the boys would then say, can I get your autograph? One of the boys would then say, can I get your autograph as well? Another boy would then say, can I as well? This time it would be a girl, as the entire class goes on a frenzy, seeing that a celebrity was in their school. Immediately, news spread like wildfire. And it wasn't only that, but rumors at the same time. A lot of rumors actually, to the point where it just irritated Archers. So, lunchtime came. After that, Archer basically went to the roof, eating his food. God damn it, damn. Archer was annoyed, mostly because of his champion title. He was known as the prodigy child, the martial art kings in Mintings, Meanwhile, he had to only thank his memories for that. Battle experience was one hell of a drug if you ask him. Plus, as he was eating his food, the door would open again with someone sitting next to him. May I know who you are? Archer would then say, not focusing on me. We met once again. Archer, someone? Archer wouldn't look, saying that was Konako. Oh, it's you, Konako. Archer wouldn't say, having a mouthful of food. Please eat your food before, you know. Archer would drink down his water before saying, this wasn't that good anyways. Plus, what brings you here? Oh, nothing much. Just wanted to get out lost. Why? I'm called the school's unofficial mascot. Hearing this, Archer would almost laugh. Hey, don't laugh. I know. Hey, wanna try some of my food? Wait, you cook? Yeah. Konako would immediately try it before immediately getting mouth watery. Can I have some more? You do realize I also need to eat my own lunch, right? Immediately sit in. Don't worry. How about I will give you some tomorrow? Hooray! Konako would then say, jumping up and down. God, this girl is more like a cat. Archie could swear at one moment he literally saw her having cat ears, but it doesn't get much. After that, it would be the first day he made his own new friends. And after that, for some reason, he still decided to help people. It was somehow ingrained to his nature, no matter how much bad of a person was. Plus, if this was his new life, why not start acting like his old self, just to be a little bit extra selfish? After all, the only was didn't know much about ideals or anything else. Because saving everyone in the world was impossible. Archer became a hero of justice, but at the cost of becoming a slave and killing more people. This is why he specifically chose this maze scrap to master, so that he can always fit hundreds of swords to the people he can never remember. Every life he couldn't save, he will mark his grave. That's why his unlimited blade works had so many weapons. Not just because it was unlimited blade works, but also because so that Archer could always remember this. Archer was in a way, you can say technically an Lord, but it wasn't in a sense. Archer was one of the most kindest and nicest people, dropped the wrong hand by the fate itself, and even more destroyed by the counterforce itself. This made Archer's view on life even more cyclical, even though he tried his best. This is truly more of a sad tale of heroism than anything else. But this was in the past. Archer would then decide to wear a hood and put out his dual blade. He knows what these traits are. He knows what they are. So, to make sure they don't hurt anyone else, Archer decides to go and hunt. And thus, a legend in Cove would be born. A mysterious mask-wearing figure with two dual blades, taking down multiple monsters in the night. And the doubles would caught wind of this. But all of this is for the next part. Hope you guys like this part, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And tell me what other what ifs you want to see in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed this and see you all. Bye. Goodbye.